Hi guys, how you going? It's Campbell here from Autodidactic Channel. I hope you're having an awesome day. And as always, autodidactic means to be self-educated, guys. And believe me, you want to be self-educated because you do not want to be learning what they're teaching you. Now, today's video is on star forts in France. I've just basically picked France because I've come across so many that I've just had to sort of stick it down to one country just just for the brevity of the video basically. So what I've done, I've got them all on Google Earth and I've put them into into a slide or presentation, they call it. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, welcome back. Okay, now these star forts that I've found today, most of them are a little bit harder to see because they're everywhere, but they've just been built on top of it. I'm actually quite amazed at what I've found. So let's just have a look at this one. This is in Blaye, France, and you can clearly see the star formation here. So we've got the outer wall that goes around. We've got these, I'm not sure what they are, but you see them all on all the star forts. These little sort of triangle things. Goes all the way around and just straight into the water. So there you go. If I go up a bit further, there's not too much more that I could see around these. A lot of the star forts are a lot bigger than they seem when you look at them. If you sort of go out, you can see remnants of them sort of all through the countryside. But so there's one that is, you wouldn't normally pick as a star fort, but when you look at that, got the outside wall all the way around. I'm not sure what happens there. I think it goes down and out like that. And then you've got these internal triangle bits. Obviously, they've just built roads straight in there. There's housing and stuff in there by the looks of it. Yeah, you've got a few houses in there. I mean, it's just mad living inside a star fort, hey? All right, let's go to number 2. These are all in France, by the way. Where are we now? This is called the Citadelle de Montreuil, something like that. And again, this one's pretty hidden. If you go up, it's, kind of blends a bit, but when you get down here, this is a star fort. You can see the angles here. See the outer wall, the inner triangle. Outer wall comes down here. I'm not sure if that's part of the original structure, this wall that goes along. But then you've got like the arrowhead sort of point that you normally see. This looks like it's been broken off here. Something's happened. Got another point out here. That looks like the remnants of a point with the bottom of a wall. And then we have a wall coming out there as well with a point. And another wall out here with a point. This one's been rounded, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And then you'll see, so this wall runs up here. So I'm not sure how big this one is, because if you come down this wall, you'll see this. You've got another one of those pointy angles in, and then it goes out again. There's a bit of an angle there. So you can see this wall starts to reappear, and there's an outer wall there too. So this whole thing, where people have just built a suburb, it looks like the whole thing is a star fort. So you can see out here remnants of a wall. And up here, you can see the angles again, the arrow sort of pointy bits. There's another one. I'm not really sure how far it goes. This is the thing, they kind of, some of these that I've found, you find bits of them that are huge. I mean, this is the bit you can see the star fort, but yeah, it's still going up here. It's got the wall around here with the outer wall, and then it just sort of blends. So, because civilization is, it's just built straight over the top of it. When they're living inside it, like the last one, it's just unbelievable. I'd never heard of star forts, before this whole, sort of mud flood Tartaria thing. So probably, 2.5 years ago is when I first came across them, and I saw a few and I was just like, wow. And then to discover that they're everywhere, Like seriously, this is just France. I've found them. I've found so many. Here's another one. This is the Citadel de Lille. You'll find that a lot of them are called citadels. This I've found out. And if we go up here, you'll see we've got perfect star shape here. Got the pentagon, excuse me, pentagon in the middle. And then you can see we've got the outer walls as well out here, and you can see out here in the tree lines. You can see these tree lines, how you can see these lines? That's because the foundations of the outer wall are in the ground and the trees don't grow on them. So that's the outer wall there. Okay, you can see it sort of scoots off here. And again, you know, who knows how big this one goes. You can kind of look around and, you know, I'm not sure if that you sort of, it's just building, but some of them are quite big. So, you know, I'm going to leave a link to this underneath the video so you can all sort of have a look for yourselves and, you know, see what you can find, guys. And if you find anything interesting, make a video about it. And this is also a great way, you know, if you've thought about making videos and getting stuff out there, this is a great way you can do it on Google Earth. You can get around and find stuff and just make videos of what you find. This is another one, you know, just hidden in plain sight, guys. Fort Barrow. And there it is. Star Fort. So I've got the internal, you know, the kind of spearhead angles. And you've got the triangle bits. Another bit there. Then we've got an outer wall here. See the angles there, up to there. That looks like another one, arrowhead bit. And this one as well, if you look, drag it up. I'm not sure, but look at this line here. Down there, looks pretty, you know, pretty white and pretty angled. You can kind of see in there as well. So, you know, I'm not sure, but, you know, that could be something to do with it as well. And that looks like an arrowhead. I'm not sure what that is, but just be roads, who knows. But yeah, you can see it comes right out here into the grass. You know, it's just completely covered with greenery. You know, it's another Star Fort. And this is the thing, I mean, you know, people have been living and, excuse me, oh, I just saw that shape there too. Like that's, you know, again, could that be the outside of a wall? Because these things, they seriously, they just go and go. Like there's another triangle bit. They just go and go. But yeah, like people have been living in and around these things, you know, forever. But until you can see them from the sky, you know, I don't think they realised what they really were. Some of the smaller ones, sure, and the, you know, the more well-preserved ones with the big walls, but some of them, they just build all over the top of them. Okay, this one's called Fort de Bellegarde. My French is awful. And as you can see, this is pretty clear, this one. You know, the classic spearhead designs there going around, internal five-sided building. They do tend to have five-sided buildings on the inside, by the way, even if they're, you know, not a sort of true pentagon. They tend to be five-sided buildings, and they tend to have layers, obviously. And another thing I've noticed is they tend to sort of go out in a certain direction. Like, I mean, I'm not sure if this is the entirety of this one, but you can see there's a sort of a smaller edge along here, and then it gets bigger and more complex on this side. You see that a lot, and so obviously I've been looking into this, and as you can see, these are all called, well, most of them are called forts as well, by that way, guys. They've been taken over by the military, so I've got more thoughts on that I'll bring up in a another video. But oh my god, I've lost my track of thought. What I was saying. Oh, it'll come back to me. Let's have a look at this one, Fort du Mont-Aubin. And there you go. This one's still actually, I don't know if that's the original fort or not. Or what I was going to say is that they're all taken over by the military, these forts, pretty much, unless they're a citadel, and most citadels are really just you know, to do with the military, like they're like military. God, my brain's not working again. Okay, and you can see this one, guys. This one's still built up. It looks like the original building just because of the shape, the arrowheads there. But what I was going to say before is these have all been taken over by the military. Pretty much, they're all military, bases, encampments, whatever you want to call them. Apart from a lot of them are called citadels, and they just turned into like military, museums and memorials and things like that. Basically, and then they're it looks like a few are privately. I mean, there's ones with houses in them. A few have got just one house, but most of them, the big ones, they're military bases. This one, it looks pretty small, but you can make out lines along here. This on a hill, so who knows how much is under the ground. So you can't see a lot more of this one. But I mean, that's definitely a classic top of a star fort there. Alright, getting through them. I've actually got 20 on this, or 19 on this video. It's just a start as well. I've tried to put the ones in that I haven't seen before so that you can see something new. These aren't the sort of classic ones that you normally see when you search for star forts. This is called Le Fort Cadet, and again, very similar to the last one actually, in the design there with the big building on top. Okay, lots of awesome spearheads there, and this one does seem to be a lot bigger. Now if we come out, what was I looking at before, you can just sort of see here, you can see a wall going out to a point. It looks like obviously some of it's in the ocean now, but it looks like this is the old sort of wall going around it there, and it sort of disappears, but it comes down here as well into a sort of a point, and there's just sort of points in that and angles in the landscape. So I'm not sure how big, what's under the ground. This is the thing that they've just been building on top of them and covering over them. But as you can see, that's definitely what you see a lot as a top story of these star forts, as we're calling them. Oh, this one as well has got sorry, that's my cat again. She makes appearances in some of my videos. She's 20 years old and deaf, so she just sits there meowing sometimes. Yeah, it's got this thing at the front. I'm not sure what that is. Some little temple thing. But see, that as well looks like the corner. This could be part of the actual star fort as well. If you follow that along, I'm not sure. Could have hooked up into there, but again, most of it's underground. Alright, let's check out another one. This is Fort Lagarde. And as you'll see, it's another star fort. Not sure what that is. Oh, sorry, come on Google, there we go. Yeah, so this one as well, it's sort of a bit of disrepair, but you can definitely see these, these classic sort of shapes that we see on all the star forts, the double walls, the internal sort of building, which normally tend to be, like I said, those sort of square buildings with the spear shapes coming off four corners. It's a bit hard to see what this one is, or they're like a pentagon. But you can see up here, got the angles, star angles, and they've just built stuff on top of it. And this one as well, it's just been buried under the landscape. But if I spent a bit of time looking at this one, and you can see little bits of remnants and stuff in there if you have a bit of a look. So like I said before, I'll leave a link to this. It's like a presentation, I think it's called, for Google Earth, and that way you can go to check out all these yourself. Have a bit more of a look around, see if you can find how big these things really are. What have we got here? Oh, don't remember this one. It's found in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Went in a bit too far. There's a big one for you guys. Look at that. Okay, so you can see obviously the internal, another row, another external wall, got the spearheady bits on there, and then even out here, another wall. Just sort of keeps going out. And this is another one where you could sort of spend a bit of time looking around. You can see, you know, this all feels that it's all cleared, but, you know, in this village part, you know, you see lots of these sort of angles like this. So who knows how big that one is? I mean, and that one obviously, you know, it's been buried and just built over the top of. So it's just mostly underground. So who knows how big these really are? But this is also just to show you guys. This is all just in France, and this was just something that came to me that I sort of got onto, and I spent a few hours on it, and I've come up with 20. Stars that I've never seen before, and I hope you haven't seen them either. So if you like this and it's information, I'll share the video around. Here's another one. This is Le Chateau d'Oléron, and as you can see here, it is here. Another star fort. Out here we have these spearhead type wall things. And again, like if you have a look at this, guys, can you see it? Can you see it? You know, we've got stuff like this. Big walls out here. Looks like there might be something going on down there, I'm not sure. You know, bottom walls down here. In here. There, that little angle in there looks like another part of a wall out to there. See that? That bit there. So it's always been built into the landscape and then out to this wall here. So don't know what happened out here. Like, looks like it's beach, sand, you know. A lot of them are on the coast as well, these star forts. And a lot of them are on hilltops as well. Alright, I just had to put the kitty cat out. Yeah, so this looks like beach. Just something else I've noticed. This. See this? I mean that. That definitely. You can see it in here as well, right? What's that? Something else that you'll notice on Google, we're not allowed to look under the water anymore. I think I want to make a video on that too, because it's just completely blanked out now. Like nothing at all. Like, all you get is this 2009 Google. Everything's blanked out. But a few years ago, you could see stuff, and this is why they blanked it out. There's videos around of people showing you underground, you know, cities and stuff, things like this. Yeah, from a couple of years ago on Google, and now it's all been blanked out. So why, oh why would they do that? Okay, if they're all about information, it doesn't make sense, does it? The answer is because they lie, and they are there to hide things from us. Here's another one. Fortress Mount Dorpen. That's quite a good one, this one. Hey, look at the size of it. So again, you know, you've got your internal, you've got these spearhead design things, these triangles that are sort of off by themselves. I've got the walls coming around, and then you can see this one kind of explodes forward this way, down the terraces, out to here. So that's quite a big one, that one. So if we can get a better view. So there, so it looks pretty mishmashy, doesn't it? But you know, all the signs are there, all the walls are there. There's even another little triangle down there. And this again, I'm sure if you had a look that you would see it expanding out into the countryside, you know, with walls and bits and pieces. Because just, you know, look at the size of that, and again, it's on a hill. You know, so what's under there? You know, if you've noticed, a lot of these are on hills, but not like mountain hills, just like what looks like dirt. So does that mean that these are just been covered and they're actually like huge castles, cities, whatever? I don't know, but something's going on. Alright, we're getting through these, guys. This is a bit of a longer video, so I hope you're enjoying seeing these. This is called Saint Jean Pied de Port, Aquitaine. And let's see what we have here. Okay, there we go. another one, and as I said, on a hill, like, you know, like a mound of dirt, but not a high one. Just like something's been covered up under there by mud, maybe. So I think this has all just been built on top. This one's, you know, mostly covered, but, you know, definitely got the angles here. You know, got them down here. You can see the double walls down here. Let's see. There. That's one end of it, but you can see this one, you know, that pretty much just goes into this hill, into this mound. And again, you know, if you spend a bit of time, I'm sure you'd find more things, you know, like this road here is in a point like that. So I'll leave that one as well, but that one's pretty covered up and obscure, you know, they're built all over it, but you've still got all the double signs, you know, the terraced double triangles, you know, these spear-shaped head things there. So it's there, it's just been covered up. And this is the thing, guys, this is what I'm finding out, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Some of them, I mean, some of them are huge, some of them are not so big, some of them are covered, some of them are not. Different states of repairs. Some of them are under the ocean. Some of them look like they're falling into the ocean. You know, so what are they? You know, what was the use of them? Why were they doing this? Do they all have this kind of standard format, but they're all unique? Oh, this is this interesting one where Google again, they've blanked something out. I'm not sure what it is, but let's see what we can see here. So this is Marie de Saint Martin, and as you can see, got the star fort here, so you've got the walls going round, these triangles sitting on the outside of it, all the way around. And what have we got here? See, it comes down around, it looks like there's another star fort in there, star fort building, and Google has just completely blanked it out. They've left this little bit. We're allowed to see the end of it, the broken end bit. Look at this. Apparently there's a citadel in there. So we have a click. There you go. So it's an old world star fort with layers. So why they've blanked that out, you know, I have no idea. But clearly that's a star fort. And again, you know, if you got into having a look in the middle of it, you'd probably find that a lot of the roads were sort of built around angles and walls. But this one as well looks like it's fallen into the ocean. You can see here's one of those arrowheads there. Comes down. Looks like that could be a bit of the original. They've just been using it and built a harbour in there. So yeah, alrighty, let's keep going forward. Oh, hang on, that's the same one. Burgess. In France, no, Burgess Nord. I'm not sure what a Nord is. Okay, this is another big one. Okay, it doesn't, you know, look that much like a star fort, really, does it? But when you start looking, you can see this wall along here. And as I said, you can see them in the trees because these are walls that are underground, big stone walls. So obviously the trees can't, you know, grow on them, or not like big anyway. You can see here we've got one of these arrowheads. You know, another one there. There, it comes across the river, also on the edge of the river. On there, see, so it may have had a moat at some point. It's been filled in. You can see out here we've got these triangles, double triangles. So that's the star fort, guys. That's hidden. So you haven't seen that one before. Burgess in Nord, or in France, however you say that. But seriously, you have a look at that. Like, here we go. We've got the walls all the way around, and then we've got the outside wall. You can see it come through there. And even this street looks like it's been shaped around the old design. up to here, then that's, you know, that's a dead giveaway, that bit there. And up there. See a few bits, and again, you know, this one probably goes out into the landscape if you look for the remnants of it. But they've just completely just turned that into a neighbourhood. And again, you can see it looks, you know, it looks like it's on a mound, you know, a dirt mound. What is going on? You know, are these all being covered because of the mud floods? Have they been covered up on purpose? Have they been destroyed on purpose? Because a lot of them look like they've been destroyed. There you go. You can see this one from the sky. Can you see it? Internal wall, external wall, and just a suburb in the middle, as you do, right? But this is one of the ones that's been covered up. And, you know, they'd know these were there, but I guess they're probably just very short sort of walls covered in dirt these days. And, you know, like I said before, unless you could see this from the sky, you wouldn't get the whole picture. You wouldn't understand that it's a star fort. But there we go. There's like the arrowhead, the spearhead sort of bits they have. There again, there. And we have the outer wall here. We have like the little triangles in it. And there you go. And again, this one, you can see right on the outside there too. This one probably goes out into the landscape as well. You know, it's just, when I started looking at these, you just tend to see lots of the triangular sort of shapes in the landscape, like, you know, there's still remnants under there, because I mean, you can see that's that's a fairly big size, because this is a show. I don't think I can measure it. No, I can't measure it. But as you can see, like that's a good sized street of houses. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The house has stopped. But I mean, that's, you know, that's probably 1 kilometre across at least, just the centre of it. And then the whole thing, you know, if you're looking from points here to, oh look, there you go, see, look at that. Like I said, if you keep looking, you can kind of see them going. It looks like there's a double one there, and then it comes out this way. Can you see that? Oh, okay. What do we got here? See? Look at that. Looks like it's a big sort of flary bit off it. So these things, you know, they're in the ground and they've been covered up. So this was just a video to show you what's out there, guys. These are ones, like I said, I've never seen them before. I'm not sure if you have. Please leave me a comment. If you know of any more that are covered up like this in France that are lesser known, then let me know. Or any of the other ones, because I do have a ton more that well, not a ton, but I've got sort of another 10 or 20 that are a lot more easy to see, if you know what I mean. The ones that you sort of normally see around. In this video I was going, because I want to show you that these things are everywhere. They're everywhere. That was just France, guys. That was just France. Let's see if we can get here. Where's France? Where's the country of France? It's going to show me. Well, I was going to see if I could show you how many I found in France, but that's lots. Did I somehow jump into some other country there? God knows. No, that's definitely France. All right. Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. They're everywhere. Okay, there. So that's the country of France there. So you can see this is just the ones I've shown you today that are hidden. So you can imagine what is in there, guys. So get in and have a look. Interesting that they tend to be on the border of France, and France is a new world country, but still, yeah, hope you enjoyed that one, guys. It sort of, yeah, blew me away a bit, just finding that many that are hidden and just built over the top. They got, you know, houses and suburbs built inside them, and they've just been forgotten and covered up and sort of left to the sands of time, and until now, until they've decided they want to be seen again. So I guess that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm showing them to you. So like I said, this is just one country, just to start. I've got some yeah, so many ideas and stuff I want to do videos on. So yeah, I'll get to some of them hopefully. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Have an amazing day. As always, always remember that self-education is the way forward, because as you can see guys, they're just covering everything up, and if you believe the narrative, you're just going to get led down the garden path, because it is clearly not the truth. What they're telling us is not true. History is his story. Alright, that's it guys. Catch you on the next upload.